Hello everyone, it's me, the real me. I'm with new content. A friend of mine finally managed to persuade me to, make video versions of, Darkest Dungeon 1 hero guides. So I already have written guides, and most of the scripts for my video guides are going to be from the written guides that I'm gonna leave a link in the comments section. So mostly I'm gonna be just reading my hero guides, reading my written hero guides. To be fair, like I've edited them a lot. Like I've edited the Abomination hero guide tons, so that's something. But if you don't want to, I don't know, watch a 50-minute, 1-hour video of Darkest Dungeon 1 hero guides, then you should just go read my written guides. It has cool pictures and videos of sample party compositions, so you should just go watch them if you don't want to watch this 50-minute, 1-hour video. So I've already warned you, but okay. So this is going to be in alphabetical order, and I'm going to be starting off with Abomination. Okay, Abomination. Ta-da! Like, my Abomination has a sweater mod. So he's wearing a sweater, so he's gonna be looking a bit different from the default Abomination. But yeah, that's enough talk. But okay, I'm gonna get into some details about the Abomination class. So let's see. So introduction. This is Abomination. So Abomination, he is kind of a unique hero because he has the ability to transform. He can transform between human form and beast form. So in human form, he is a support class with great consistency, while in beast form, he is a melee attacker who is granted immense power for the price of stress for himself and his party members. Cool. So if you run Abomination, you would ideally run him at rank 2, and he kind of performs okay. At rank 3, you just get to use half of his kit, but he can perform at rank 3, although you wouldn't really prefer it. To greatly simplify it, he prefers this Abomination prefers being run at Ruins or at Cove. He really doesn't prefer Wield or Warrens for reasons that I'll get into. And if you're running Abomination, you usually want to, I don't know, let's say, run Crusader for the stress healing support, or you want to run, let's say, you want to run Houndmaster. You either want to run Houndmaster, or you want to run, you want to run Crusader for the stress healing support. So that's something. Let me get into a bit more details. Let's see. So, as I've already said, rank 2 is the best position for Abomination because at rank 2 he gets to use all of his 7 skills freely. And yeah, at rank 3 he gets to use half of his kit, his human form. So rank 3 is okay if you're fine with just running his human forms, but it's not really ideal. You lose half of his kit. And at rank 4, he gets to use only Transform and Absolution, so it's not really that amazing. If you run him at, let's say, rank 1, then, you get to use his Beast Form skills or just spam Absolution, so it's not really ideal. So if you're running Abomination, if you're a sane person, you run him at rank 2 or rank 3, but you really prefer running him at rank 2. And then Abomination, and in my opinion, Abomination differentiates himself from other heroes with how he has transformed. So you could be running him as a role of support, and then if you need firepower, he suddenly transforms and then runs his beast form skills. So that's something. So yeah, transform is usable when he is in human form, and then he gets to use these 3 skills as well when he is in human form, so that's something. And then after he transforms, he gets to use these the last 3 skills here, which are just usable only in beast form. Okay. And for really casual or newer players, Abomination is often underestimated for his stress downsides, or is misunderstood to be a one-button hero, just spam Manacles kind of vibes, but he is quite powerful in the right hands. Let's see. So, beast form stress downside is really quite trivial as long as the player knows what they're doing. They know how to stress heal, they know how to stall, and I don't know, Abomination is being run in a party composition which has decent stress healing. And as I already said, you know, run Crusader, or, you know, yeah, or Houndmaster for stress healing. You don't have to run both, but yeah. And, you know, funny thing, but Abomination might not prefer getting, you know, getting paired off with like dancing heroes such as, I don't know, Grave Robber, or let's say like Jester, or let's say, I don't know, where's that hero? I can't find him. Yeah, or Highwayman, you know, such heroes. Even, I don't know, like if you're running backline Crusader, which can be sus, run with Abomination. It's because, because, you know, dancing heroes might mess with Abomination's positioning, might, you know, take them to rank, might take Abomination to rank 3, which you might not like, which you might not want, assuming you're using the dancing skills. So, yeah, that's something to note. I mean, you know, every single person watching this video, I mean almost everyone, unless, you know, they're really new to the game, they don't know, unless they don't know anything about the game, they would know that Jester is a really great stress healer. But Jester tends not to synergize so well with Abomination, because if you're running a Jester, you probably really want to run solo. And solo will, you know, tend to move Abomination out of the, you know, out of rank 2. I mean, you're probably not gonna run rank 1 and then solo to get Abomination to rank 2, because if Jester moves back to the backlines, then, you know, Abomination will be brought back to rank 1 if you start Abomination on rank 1. So, you probably don't want to run Jester with Abomination unless you really know what you're doing. Okay. I assume that most players won't. It'll be, you know, I think it will be out of the skill level for like 99% of players watching this video. So yeah, you know, for also like, so I talked about like how Abomination really likes getting support from you know, heroes with stress healing skills, but like, not going to lie, Abomination tends not to worry about stress himself so much, because Abomination has Absolution, which just, you know, heals stress of himself. So that's something to note. Okay. I'm going to get into more details about Abomination's trinket choices, but Broken Key is pretty much almost always an auto-equipped trinket for him, because this trinket is really just stupidly overpowered on him, because plus 15 accuracy is amazing for both human form and beast form, plus 35 stun chance is amazing for Manacles, and then, you know, plus 10% stress is like a whatever downside for Abomination, who has Absolution. And I'm just gonna spoil things in advance, but, you know, nerds have tested out so many trinket builds so many times for Abomination, but turns out like running Broken Key and Padlock of Transferance is like 99% the best trinket build for Abomination. I'm gonna get into more details later on, but yeah. Also, yeah, Abomination prefers Ruins and Cove. Yeah, these regions, as I've already said, because not only do Abomination's blights work well in these regions, so his control kit, his human form works really well there, but also since Abomination's beast form is effective against a variety of non-stall fodder enemies in the Ruins and Cove, like Squiffy Ghast, or like I don't know, Bone Bearer, assuming like you know, he can get Bone Bearer into range, but it's easy because you know Bile will just melt corpses. Meanwhile, Warrens and Wield, you know, Warrens and Wield not only have enemies with higher blight resist, yeah, but also have non-stall fodder enemies like priority targets, which can be harder to kill. You know, harder to kill fast. You will likely not be able to one-shot or two-shot those enemies with beast form. And Warrens and Wield also have priority targets which can spawn at rank 4 out of Abomination's initial reach. Yeah. So that's really something to keep in mind. I mean, you could run Abomination at rank... you could run Abomination in the Warrens or Wield and be successful, but I just go, you could just also run better heroes for the region. And Abomination is an interesting hero because he can work for both slow and fast-paced comps because his human form is exceptionally good at crowd control and self-sustain, while beast form is heavily based on killing enemies fast with high melee damage output. So yeah, Abomination is an interesting hero like that, and I'm going to have like B-rolls going in the background, and I'm gonna be showing party compositions which are both I'm gonna be showing party compositions, and some of them are gonna be more fast gameplay oriented, while some will be slower gameplay oriented. And as I said, human form will tend to be slower paced, while beast form will be faster paced. So that's something. So I've started with the intro, and I'm now going to be moving over to some more basic information kind of stuff. Let's see. Okay. So, spoilers, but Abomination is non-religious. There are only like 4 heroes in the base game, non-modded game, that are religious, and those will be Leper, Crusader, Vestal, and Flagellant. And Abomination is none of them. Funnily enough, like old Abomination before the Color of Madness update used to, you know, used to be unable to be paired off with those heroes. Yeah, it's funny, but those days are over, so that's why Abomination really likes support from Crusader. As you can see, Abomination has no basic provisions. This food is from Granary, so yeah, no basic provisions from Abomination. And then Abomination's movement abilities, you can either move in front 1 or back 2. And then Abomination's crit buff, if you score a crit, he will get 3 rounds of plus 20% damage. So Abomination really likes just, you know, hoarding crit. Also, like, Abomination doesn't have doesn't really need plus damage, because with just the transformation buffs, he gets 38 crit damage on rage just with transform buffs, and 38 is already above 35, and 35 is the most significant one-shot cutoff, because most size 1 enemies in on Stygian and Blood Moon, they will have 35 HPs. So yeah, rage already one-shots them. And things to note, unlike other heroes who can only have 4 combat skills equipped at a time, Abomination already starts with 7. So it's really significant in the uber early game when you just I don't know, have level 0 heroes, and you usually have to buy skills to, you know, unlock the ones that you actually want, but Abomination just has all 7. So yeah, that's something to note. Okay, I'm gonna move over to stats. Let's see, stats. Yeah, Abomination's canon name is Big B. Abomination has insanely high stats in general. Yeah, he has insane stats. So 46 max HP, which is pretty good. It's like really high for like a non like straight out tank hero like Crusader, Man-at-Arms, or Leper. Yeah. He has 9 base speed, which is freaking insane. It's tied with Plague Doctor and Jester. And then has 28 dodge, which is really high. 30 dodge is uber high. Like Jester has the highest dodge stat in the game, and he has 35. All the other high dodge heroes have 30, outside of Abomination Shieldbreaker, who have something like 28. Base damage is 11 to 20, which is insane. Crusader and Hellion are tied for third with 10 to 19. Leper has 13 to 26, and Abomination has 11 to 20. And if a Leper with level 5 weapons and level 5 skills for transformation, if that Abomination transforms, Abomination's damage will be buffed to what was it again? Let me check. I always get confused these days because I play less. Okay, so I just checked, and Abomination hits 15. Wait, I'm getting confused again. Yeah, 14. Sorry, 14 to 25 damage after transform, and that's pretty good because that's higher base damage than higher minimum damage than Leper. Leper has 13 to 26, so 14 is higher minimum damage, and then Abomination gets 25. Yeah, 14 to 25, and 25 max damage is just one lower than Leper, so it's pretty good. Yeah. Rage will crit for 38 without any other plus damage modifier outside of transform, so that's something. Alright, and then has 6 base crit, which is not terrible. Rage already has a super high crit modifier anyways, and then let's see. So Abomination's accuracy is from 100, which is kinda low, to 115, which is high. Human form skills have a high accuracy, 115, while beast form accuracy is relatively low, like 100 to 110. Thankfully, the trinket that I already mentioned, Broken Key, gives him plus 15 accuracy, so Abomination tends not to have so much accuracy issues. And then looking at his resist, stun and move resist is high at 100, blight resist is extremely high at 120, bleed resist is decent at 90, however debuff resist is terrible at 80%. Disease resist is at 20, and death blow resist is at 67%. 67, haha, laugh. Every single Darkest Dungeon hero has a based death blow resist of 67, outside of Flagellant, who has 73, so that's something to note. Abomination has 70% trap disarm, so what that means is Abomination won't reach 100 trap disarm chance even with map, and will need a further investment of survival guide to hit 100% trap disarm chance. So that is something that you want to know probably. Some funny tidbit is how, Abomination has Absolution, as I've mentioned 50 times already in this video. And that's why when your party composition has no hero with high trap disarm, what you can do is you can make Abomination go for the trap disarm, and if he fails, you can just use Absolution. That's what I do. That's what my friend Thick Veiny Sausage tends to do. Thick is the best Darkest Dungeon player that I know of, so I must be doing something right. Okay. Also, Abomination's district is this thing. Outsider's Bonfire. Which gives him 2 additional respite points. So, if you have at least 1 Abomination, Hellion, or Leper in your party, you get 2 additional respite points if you have Outsider's Bonfire built. Outsider's Bonfire costs 300 crests. It's one of the weaker districts, but whatever. Even if you have multiple Abominations or Hellions or Lepers, you don't get more respite points, so that's something to know. Talking about quirks, because somehow players are really curious about what quirks to run on each hero and whatnot. Abomination doesn't desperately want survivability quirks like plus dodge, plus max HP with tough, or plus additional prot with hard skin, because he has decent bulk with 46 max HP, and then he has a skill set of transform, free action, free action self-healing. Even if you use transform, it doesn't end this turn, and has absolution, so he usually doesn't desperately need survivability quirks. I mean, you could run them, but I don't know, you could also be locking other quirks. Abomination doesn't really want or need quirks that lower stress intake because, as I said like 200 times at this point, he has Absolution. Yeah, stress management is laughably easy for him. And I don't know, aside from plus speed or plus accuracy quirks that basically all heroes like, Abomination kind of likes, Precise Striker, plus 5 crit melee skills because it boosts Beast Form's firepower. Crit will also, help him kind of stress heal with crits. And I don't know, just killing enemies faster with Beast Form will, will help you use Beast Form for longer. Yeah. And I already mentioned this, but Abomination doesn't really need plus damage quirks because his base damage is already high. He gets 14 to 25 damage after a transform because Rage already hits for 38 crit, and the most important one shot cut off is 35 because most size 1 enemies on Stygian and Blood Moon have 35 max HP, so that's something. Okay, I'm gonna be moving over to the skill analysis. I'm gonna be moving over to combat skills first. As I said, all new Abominations come with all 7 skills unlocked. Abomination will start in human form, and then if you use transform, he will move over to his beast form skills, which are Rake, Rage, and Slam. Transform is always usable unless you run out of use limits. So you start with Transform, Manacles, Beast Bile, and Absolution, and then you move over to being able to use Transform, Rake, Rage, and Slam. Okay. And if you enter Beast form, Abomination will automatically return to human form when or if he gets afflicted, or when or if the battle ends. Yeah. I've already talked about how human form can use these 4 skills, while beast form can use transform in these 3 skills, so let's move on. Okay, transform. It's not mentioned in the skill tooltips because Darkest Dungeon is so I don't know, loves their secrets, loves not telling newer players stuff with tooltips and whatnots, but transform is a free action skill, so it means even if you use transform, it will not end the turn with Abomination. You get 2 uses per battle, as said. So what this means is that first off, you start off in human form, and then you use your first transformed, and then you enter beast mode. And then if you use transform to return back to human form, or if you enter an affliction, Abomination will automatically transform. And that'll be the second use for the battle, and you'll never be able to transform again unless you somehow refresh use limits. Okay. Yeah. Transform has self-healing. You can read the tooltips. Heal for 10 HP when it's at level 5. So it's useful. You can just transform, and then Abomination will self-heal, but his turn will not be over, and he'll be able to, I don't know, use his beast form skills. Spoilers, but if you transform out of beast form, it doesn't have the self-heal, so that's something to note. When Abomination transforms to beast mode, you can read the tooltips, but he gains a buff to blight resist, and then for damage, and also self-heals. But when he transforms into beast mode, he'll inflict 8 stress onto all other party members, and then Abomination will take 6 stress per round after the round of transform use into beast form. So that's something to note. The stress intake is affected by other stress modifiers from quirks or trinkets. Yeah. When Abomination returns to human form, his speed will get debuffed, but when it's at max level, it will not like have the speed debuff, self-speed debuff, so that's interesting. But all his party members are also stress healed for 2. Yeah. And yeah, the higher the level of transform, the larger its buffs will be, and smaller its self-speed minus speed debuffs on Abomination will be. When Transform is at level 5, as I said, the minus speed debuff is completely gone, so the skill will get better as it gets higher in skill level. So, in my opinion, knowing exactly when to transform into beast mode and when to transform back out to human form separates the mediocre players from the very best. Yeah. Also, as I said, if you transform into beast mode, Abomination gets a free action self-heal. It's an amazing 20 HP self-heal if the self-heal crits, and that can be game-changing. Abomination only truly reaches its potential when both his forms are utilized properly. And then let's look at Manacles. Okay, Manacles. Yeah, this is one of the best single target stuns in the whole games because Abomination has Abomination has Abomination has an amazing base speed of 9, and then he gets amazing trinket support. Yeah. Abomination hits 185 base stun chance at level 5. Yeah, with this trinket set, and that's freaking amazing, right? Yeah. Yeah, it has high accuracy, 115, but it has a lower stun chance than average, 130%. So trinket investment is highly important. It used to have the normal average 140% base stun chance, but Color of Madness was released, and then Broken Key was released, and then I don't know, maybe Red Hook wanted to make Broken Key look more impressive, so they lowered its base stun chance and then gave Broken Key a plus 35 stun skill chance. I don't know, they probably wanted to sell more DLCs, wanted to send their children to college, so that's something. Yeah. So, like, trinket investment is highly important, yeah. Okay, let me do something. And what else? Yeah. Yeah, as I said, this skill can be very powerful if you run the double plus stun chance trinkets, because at that point Abomination has super high base speed and just stuns enemies with very high accuracy, like 130 accuracy, like 185% stun chance, and beast form is already super strong with the plus 15 accuracy from Broken Key, and then yeah, like beast form doesn't need any plus firepower trinkets to hit hard. It's already super strong. Moving on, let's go to Beast Bile. Beast Bile has high accuracy, 115. It's super strong for an AoE dot skill because look at it. It deals it hits 2 targets in the mid lines, and then it hits for 5 blight per tick. It debuffs target for minus blight resist. It's really strong. It also can synergize surprisingly well with other AoE skills, area of effect skills that also hit the middle ranks, like Jester's Harvest, Grave Robber's Flashing Daggers, and also like Highwayman's Grape Shot Blast, which also hits the first 3 ranks, so that's something to note. And then Absolution, yeah. Absolution is just really, really good. Its HP self-heal got halved by the Color of Madness update, but it's still a solid self-healing skill. Yeah. Abomination doesn't worry about stress at all. If your Abomination worries about stress, you're doing something highly abnormal, or you just happen to be running a very bad party composition, or I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, you're playing very poorly. Yeah, let's move on. let's move on to the beast form skills. Rake. Rake is kind of niche. You mostly use Rage and sometimes Slam, but yeah, it has its use cases. It gets stronger with use. Using Rake buffs Rake. One of its main uses is dealing with Shambler tentacles consistently. That's something to note. Or like, I don't know, killing like maggots or like spiders. Yeah, like frail enemies. This is kind of an obscure skill, but Rake can be great for finishing off a weakened enemy and then also fishing for crits because, you know, stress healing from crits and, you know, so fishing for crits means you fish for crits to get stress healing from crits, or, you know, you try to get the crit buffs. Yeah. Because, you know, Abomination's crit buff is plus 20% damage, and that's kind of good. Yeah. So, fishing for crits can be better with, you know, AoE skills if you know what you're doing. Yeah. And then Rage. Rage is amazing. It's like, it's the main reason that you run Abomination rank 2. So, it's a great melee skill which doesn't like have a minus damage modifier on Abomination. It's like the only attack skill that doesn't have a minus damage modifier. And it hits rank 1 to 3, so it has good reach, and then, you know, it really benefits from Abomination's high base damage. As I said, with Transform, Abomination gets a 14 to 25 base damage, and then it'll just crit for 38 without further damage, plus damage investment, and it has, look at that, plus 11.5 crit modifier. That's insane. Yeah. And then Slam. Slam is, it has its uses. Let's say Abomination is stuck at rank 3, then you want to use Rage, or or like Rake, then you use Slam from rank 3 to move forward. It has a forward 1, yeah. And then you also use Slam for knockback on some enemies. You want to knock them back. And you also want to debuff them for minus 20 dodge and minus 6 speed. It can be pretty good if you know what you're doing. Like, it can be really useful for some enemies like Cove's Squiffy Ghast, a champion exclusive enemy at Cove. Because, you know, you can just knock them back because Squiffy Ghast is unable to use his party-wide AoE horror attack from the backlines. It has to be in the front to use it. And then you also like debuff its speed and dodge massively. The thing is though, it's super rare, super unlikely for nerds to run something like Move Amulet, yeah. So they rarely run plus move chance on Abomination. So I don't know, if you use Slam on an enemy which has a typical frontline enemy which has high move resist, something like Bone Bulwarks in the Ruins, like Coves, like Pelagic Guardians and such. You get like 50% because they have something like a 90 move resist, while your Slam will have 140 base move chance. So it can be something like a coin flip to move them. Yeah, so that's something to note. Let's move over to unique camping skills. Okay, so anger management. Yeah, I'm gonna be showing the B-roll. I'm gonna be showing the B-roll with this skill, and spoilers, it's super niche because yeah, usually you will be able to just stress heal, stall, and not use this skill, and other heroes tend to have better skills that are just objectively better than this one. Let's see. So yeah, like Howlmaster's Therapy Dog has the same 3 time cost, and yet, you know, doesn't have anger management stress downside. It also like buffs all companions for minus stress taken. And what else? Let's move over to Jester. Let's look at Jester's every rose adds its thorn. Yeah. Sorry, let's see. Yeah, see? Bigger stress healing, no stress downside, bigger, this is even better than, Houndmaster's Therapy Dog. Yeah, so. But if you're really desperate, you could use it, I guess. I rarely use it ever at all. And if you're really desperate, Abomination has Absolution, so it could work. The the B-roll I'm rolling for this, I recorded just to show you how the skill looks when used. Yeah. And then let's look at Psych Up. Yeah. So Psych Up, it's you barely use it. Not gonna lie, you could use it for some boss battles, I guess. Yeah, its buff is kind of hefty. The stress downside is it's manageable if you have stress healing. You could technically use it if you really want the plus damage, I guess. And then move over to Quickening. Quickening is really solid. Plus 4 speed is amazing for both human form and beast form. Like 3 time cost is okay. And then you move over to Eldritch Blood. I'm not gonna lie, like the buff is kinda whatever. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's 3 time cost. The biggest use case I have for this is I use it at the end of a quest for the plus disease resist, which helps you resist the random disease checks that heroes at level 2 or higher get. And then if you have the Miasmal Orchard District built, this one. Yeah, the Miasmal Orchard District built. If you use... give me a moment. Okay. If you have the Miasmal Orchard built, what happens is that, if you get the debuff from using Eldritch Blood, you could use the medicinal herbs, and then what medicinal herbs will do, if you have the Miasmal Orchard built, it'll give you a plus 25%, something like that, disease resist, while the buffs are up, so, yeah. This skill I just mostly use for the, disease resist. You could also use it for Siren, I guess, but do you really want to when he has like 80 debuff chance? Yeah, not really. Yeah. The stress debuff can be removed with the medicinal herb, as I already said. Okay, let's move over to unique trinkets. Dang, I've already been talking for almost 38 minutes. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go over this fast. Broken Key, it costs 30 shards. It's a super overpowered trinket. If you have this trinket, you will be running this for Abomination builds. Yeah. I've already talked about this trinket, so yeah. Plus 15 accuracy is amazing for both human form and beast form. Plus 35 stun chance is amazing for Manacles. Abomination doesn't really want plus firepower trinkets anyways. I mean, technically you could run something like Surgical Gloves for plus 5 melee accuracy and plus 8 crit. But you usually, like 99%, you just run double stun trinkets and call it a day. Plus 10 stress is a very, very trivial downside for Abomination who has Absolution. Yeah, so if you run Abomination at all, get this trinket ASAP. It's super cheap, super strong. And then we move over to Abomination's Color of Madness trinkets. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They're trash. So, Osmond's Chain, it gives you plus 20% range skill damage, and then plus 8 crit for range skills, but you don't really run Abomination for range skill damage or crit. You just run Broken Key or Padlock at Transferance for range skill, stun chance, and blight chance. Yeah. And then Shameful Shroud, I've run this for really silly stuff, like mostly challenge run stuff, but for normal gaming, as I said, Abomination already has a good bulk. 86 max HP isn't bad, and he also has a free action self-healing skill, and he has Absolution, so you don't really need Shameful Shroud for more survivability. I mean, and then yeah, it's really garbage. Like the set bonus is 20% damage in position 1, but it's really iffy because, not gonna lie, if you're a sane person and if you know what to do, if you're a good player, you don't really run Abomination at rank 1 just for this. Like, it's, and as I said, Abomination's beast form really doesn't need like additional damage. It already hits the important one-shot cutoffs, and if you run Abomination at rank 1, you can't use any of the like attack skills for human form, and yeah, just don't run these really. I mean, if you want to try them out, you're free to, but I've been there, done that. Okay, moving on. Oh, let's see. Restraining Padlock. This is free 3,750 gold because that's how much gold you get for selling a very rare trinket, outside of some exceptions which don't sell for 3,750 gold, but most very rare trinkets will sell for that much. As I said, like the stress downside isn't much. You can just stress heal, stall. Abomination has Absolution. Just have any decent stress healing, like Crusader, Howlmaster, like I don't know, like Flagellant with any other stress healing, or like I don't know, run a double Arbalest or Musketeer backline. Just have any solid stress healing. Like Abomination's stress downside is greatly overrated. And then moving on, Lock of Fury. I mean, it's technically not a freaking awful trinket, but it's not an amazing trinket too, because Abomination doesn't need plus damage. Like Abomination is already super fast. You could run other trinkets with I don't know, like plus speed, and like other stuff really, like other stuff. Yeah. Also, minus max HP isn't amazing. Abomination will be taken to, if I remember correctly, 42 max HP, and that's not ideal. So yeah, Lock of Fury you could run it if you have no better trinkets, but I haven't run this for years, not gonna lie. Moving on, Padlock of Transferance, I already said it. It's an amazing trinket. Yeah, human form really likes it. Beast form doesn't need additional firepower investment. It's really good. Protective Padlock, it's okay, but I haven't run this for years because, as I've said as I've already said like 500 times in this video, Abomination has a good bulk. Absolution is solid self-sustainability. Abomination has a free action self-healing skill with Transform, so you don't want to lower his speed. Lock of Patience, it's an early game trinket at best. I mean, plus 10 virtue chance is better than nothing, but not like you're going to be hitting resolve checks anyways, playing normally. And then late game virtue chance trinkets, they're just objectively better, because what are there? There's like Ancestor's Tentacle Idol, which is just objectively better. And there's also, I don't know, like Hero's Ring. Where is it? I can't find the freaking thing. Here it is, yeah. Which is just objectively better. And not going to lie, if you play normally, if you play optimally, you're not going to be hitting resolve checks anyway, so virtue trinkets are super niche anyways. Okay. So let me sum up Abomination. Abomination's ideal position is rank 2, as I've already said. You can use all of his combat skills there. Also, Transform gets better as its skill increases, so a higher leveled Abomination with higher skill levels will have a better beast form. So maybe you want to use beast form more as Abomination's level increases. Yeah. As I've already said, his best trinket setup is Broken Key plus Padlock at Transferance. Nerds have been experimenting with Abomination's trinket set for like hundreds of hours. and this is the best. This is the best as far as we know. I advise newer players or like casual players to mostly run human form, and then for support, and then use beast form for brief amounts of time when they need damage, and when they think Abomination doesn't need the safety from the control based kit or the self sustainability with transforming into beast form or absolution. So mostly you use human form, and then you use beast form briefly when you know Abomination is safe enough, and when you know Abomination's beast form firepower will be useful. Also, I would like to emphasize that you either want Crusader or Houndmaster to kind of, I don't know, give Abomination like stress healing support. You could also run something like, I don't know, Arbalist and Flagellant, because Flagellant could use Endure on Abomination, and then Arbalist could flare to stress heal the Flagellant. So that's kind of something, yeah. And if you want to get the most value out of Abomination, you use both human form and beast form as necessary. That's what the best players do. Also, yeah, a lot of people ask, how many of each hero should I have in a roster? And that really depends on your playstyle. But for me personally, I usually have maximum one Abomination or no Abomination at all in my roster before I get additional heroes roster slots from beating the Darkest Dungeon quests. Because if a hero beats a Darkest Dungeon quest and survives, then they no longer take up hero roster slots. Yeah, that's something. So the reason that I don't run many Abominations, the reason that I run no Abominations or just one before beating the Darkest Dungeon quest to get roster slots, is because his ceiling performance is quite high. I think something roughly like 7th out of will tie for something like 7th among all the 17 Darkest Dungeon 1 heroes. I'm thinking of Arbalist and Musketeer as the same hero in this case. But Broken Key, it is a crystalline trinket, and it can be easier said than done to obtain it earlier on, and not gonna lie, Abomination's full potential is only unlocked when you have this equipped on Abomination. So that's something. Also, yeah, not gonna lie. There's this hero who is called Occultist, if you haven't known. Occultist, personally, is something like, I don't know, function-wise, for a normal run without arbitrary challenge rule sets, is something roughly like 6th? Yeah. 6th out of 17 heroes, and yeah, he has a good offensive support skill slot, but he has this really stupid skill, really overpowered skill called Hands from the Abyss. And then Demon's Cauldron, which is a very rarity trinket, you can just randomly get from killing any boss. So you kill something like, I don't know, a week 7, week 5, like week 7, something like Apprentice Necromancer, and then you get Demon's Cauldron, and then Occultist will suddenly get plus 30% stun chance. Yeah. So yeah, level 5 Occultist will get 180% stun chance with just Demon's Cauldron. So yeah, just easier to grab Demon's Cauldron than to grab Broken Key. That's something to note. And then, I don't know, any random just Occultist mark party composition. So let's say you run something like this, and that's arguably something that Abomination can already do, because what Abomination usually does is Abomination offers good control with his human form, with Manacles, Beast Bile, and has good sustainability with Absolution and Transform, and then can transform for higher firepower with the Beast Form skills. But if you run something like this, yeah, you already have a great stunner as an occultist with Demon's Cauldron, and then you have other heroes with good stuns, and then you have this Mark party composition which already has insanely high firepower. So occultist is arguably kinda redundant. I mean, Abomination can still differentiate himself from the occultist with the Mark party composition support, but still roster slots are limited, and it's really sad because Abomination is a really good hero, really solid hero. So yeah, that's something to note. Yeah, now I've talked a lot about Abomination. I've mostly just read the written guide, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be showing you some sample gameplay footage. So watch it. Feel free to ask me questions in the comments section. Okay, let's go. Alright, so this is probably my favorite comp for Abomination. So I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna show you how the comp works and how, you know, his kit works.
The smell of rotting
Alright, we
fish
move
is almost
on.
unbearable.
Interesting. I'm not even running map. Alright, I stunned this dude. There we go. I'm gonna stun this dude. I don't want to take diseases. I'll just transform. Kill him. That's a kill. I think it was a guaranteed kill.
Well struck.
That's a kill. I'm gonna stun.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
Did Cry Havoc just do nothing? I mean, that happens. It's not like insanely amazing. Huh. You're gonna die. So, I mean, do I go for it? Is it sure.
Confidence
I could have Cry Havoc, I could have Weakening Cursed for the stress heal, but it's fine, yeah. So this comp will show you like will show you A-bomb transforming over and over, so that's something.
Another mariner.
Enter.
Another misfortune.
Oh, amazing! What am I gonna do? I'm gonna double stun these backline bozos, and then I guess I'll just open with a stun boat. I could take it a bit faster tempo. I'm gonna take it a bit faster tempo. That's not a kill. Is this gonna be a kill? It is.
Formation is broken. Maintain the
Okay.
offensive.
Okay.
The ground
That's a kill.
quakes. Your death by
I think you're dead, bozo.
a momentary abatement.
Who has higher stress? You.
Great
Oh,
is the weapon that cuts on
gross.
its own.
Bro, outspeed, bro. Cry Havoc, bro. Okay. It's fine. I'm playing with healing and, you know, the dungeon is fully
magic
lit.
is
I'm not
struck.
afraid of anything.
A blazing star is born.
Alright. Interesting what we do. Of course. Okay. I think I go for a stun.
A decisive pummeling.
Interesting. I think I'm just gonna kill this one because if you haven't realized, if you're not aware, Squiffy Ghast isn't able to use its AoE stress attack if there's 2 or less enemies alive. See? Insane crit. I'm just gonna like you.
Masterfully executed.
Okay, doing fine, you're dead. Good riddance, go to hell. I'm gonna stun you.
Slowly. Gently.
Try Havoc, easy.
This is how a life is taken.
Okay, see, we're back to pristine shape. Die, go to hell.
Falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright. So I just do this. I am gonna go aggressive.
Precision and power.
Stop getting outsped, you're faster.
Continually onslaught. Destroy them all.
That's good.
Decimated.
I'll take the shuffle. Alright, moving on. So yeah, contrary to, popular belief, you can just basically transform for every single battle if you know what you're doing, and the stress downside is not supposed to be huge, it's supposed to be trivial. Yeah, not having map moment, it's fine. Alright. Interesting. Oh, what the hell, that worked. Oh, that's so awful. That's... Come the fuck on. It's fine. I think I'm gonna kill you.
Eradicated.
I'm gonna go for the kill. Okay, no more AoE stress shenanigans. That's good. Oh, that's ouchies. You're dead. Good. Die. I'm trying to stall. That's why I'm hitting something that's gonna die from Blight anyways.
Impressive. Devastating blow.
Okay, good. Trinket, come in, my man. Sure, I guess. Why not? This one's dying soon anyways.
A powerful blow.
Right, you're dead, not big soup rice. Die, go to hell.
This expedition
I want the 2 food, I mean, why not? I guess it's free, sure. So you can see how Abomination works. You either use human form or use beast form as necessary. It's that simple. It's that shrimple. So, stun something. I'm just gonna go aggressive. Crit, please. Kill something. Nope, fine. That's a kill. Yeah, just keep getting outsped. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not a game changer, but still kind of annoying. You're dead. Good riddance. Okay, you're dead. Seal. You're dead. It's that simple. Just. Alright, I'm gonna stun these ones. Blinding gas is fair and balanced. That's a kill. Interesting. That's a kill. This one's dying. Dead. Gone. Dead man alive. Dead fish alive. Whatever. Yeah, that was a misplay. I should have healed Occultist, but whatever. It's no biggie. I'm playing fully lit. I'm playing with healing. I'm not afraid of anything. Really chill, just showing you how gameplay is done. More food, I guess.
Remind
sure.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow
Why not?
and
Yeah,
insidious killer.
I'm not gonna fight Shambler. Sorry. I could, but nah. Really? No. Okay. Interesting. That was too fast, and I was not paying attention. Maybe it couldn't have missed. That was a 5% resist. I mean, it happens. Nothing something so uber like impressive. I think I'll just mark. And then I don't know. This one is scarier. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, you're dead. Do I need to go fast against these bozos? They're not that scary. Stun you, I guess, sure. It's not gonna be a kill, but close enough. Yeah, I'll just attack for, you know, for stalling, I guess. Attack, attack, attack. For stalling, you just attack. Use 2 damaging moves per round. Like vulnerability hex doesn't count, but yeah. Okay. Interesting. That's a kill. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, but you know, Abomination.
This momentum. Push on to the
Abomination
task
doesn't really, you know, need any quirks. His stats are really good anyways, so I don't know. Speed is always good, dodge is always good. Precise Striker is amazing for beast mode. Slugger is damage, but honestly he doesn't need Slugger. Already has enough damage. You know, accuracy is accuracy. So, you know, speed, accuracy, basically all heroes like. Precise Striker is amazing for beast form. Abomination doesn't really need like minus stress quirks and whatnot. So now, do I use this for, you know, plus dodge until camping buffs, or do I keep this for accuracy and damage and Houndmaster? I think I have enough defense, so I will not get the Dog Treats buff. But a lot of people watching this could be newer or casual players. They might not know, like, what's what. They might be... Fine, I'll show you, see? Plus 25 dodge until camp, there. For the greater good, I did it. Interesting. I wasn't paying attention.
Safety.
Looks like there was a battle there. Interesting. Oh, not interesting. Terrible.
Destroyed.
That's a kill. Alright, there we go. You're gonna die. There,
Success
die.
so
Go to hell.
clearly in view.
Good.
Or is
Moving
it
on,
merely
here
a
before
trick of the
Houndmaster
light?
fails another 95% trap disarm. Didn't? Okay. That's good. Secret door. I didn't bring a key because I'm not here for loot. But yeah. Interesting, yeah. You don't want to let the Cove Thrall blow up, so I'm just gonna focus it. It's gonna die soon. What do I do? I could just finish it off. I don't want to get diseased. I'm gonna stun this one. That's a kill. That's a stun. Interesting. That's good.
As victories mount, so
All
too will
right.
resistance.
Okay, cute. Adorable enemies. Are you dead? Okay, amazing, beautiful evil.
Annihilate.
Sure, why not? I'm not here for loot anyways, but yeah. Interesting. Enter. Oh, amazing buffs. Yes, just what I wanted and needed. I'm gonna kill this one first. Interesting. Do I Bile? It's a good use case. I haven't used Bile, I guess. Alright, okay. Oh, I guess that's a kill. Is this a kill? this is definitely a kill. Whoa, okay. I mean, I should show you how Rake works. Yeah, see? Yeah. See, that's a use case. It feels forced, but it is a use case. Yeah. Interesting. I don't need any more crests. I could throw away the food, but nah, I'll pass. What else? What else? Food, sure. Okay, nice dodge, whatever. Stun you. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, that's so ass.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Okay, you're gonna die. Good riddance. You're dead. You're a dead man walking.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Whatever. Yeah, Cove has long maps. I'm not even running map right now, so.
As the light gains purchase, spirits
I'm gonna
are lifted.
100% the
and
map,
purpose is
not
made
this hallway
clear.
because it has no battles anyways. So you can see how Abomination works, like not a very like complicated hero to run. I mean, to be fair, he's like harder than most to run because you have to like alternate between forms, but still not that
Such a
uber
terrible
difficult to
assault
run.
cannot be left unanswered.
I think I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna stun this one. Heal this one. Play it safe.
Foolish horrors.
The reason I played it safe was because
driven into the mud.
Abomination could have missed the 94% hit chance rage, which is 99% in actual because of the hidden 5% hit chance modifier. What could have happened was that the pelagic grouper could have, like, I don't know, crit occultist to death's door, and then then the jellyfish thingy, the stinger fish, could have like hit him with an attack and then bled him to like kill him. So I don't want that to happen. That's why I have a plague doctor with disease cure, so I was willing to just camp for the disease cure and prevent the potential, even if very low chance, possibility of occultist getting killed. Yeah. Play sensible, play smart, not hard.
In Radiance, may we find
Oh, okay,
victory.
last battle there. Interesting. Good, good. Sure, why not?
Packs laden
Free
with
stuff.
loot are often low on supplies.
I'm gonna use the torch anyways. Yeah, see? Just one torch left. That's how much I spam hands, and that's how long a Cove long dungeon is. Alright. I'm gonna go for the kill, ASAP kill. Let's see, I'm gonna mark this bozo. Okay. I'm gonna... Alright. There we go. What the fuck is this? Come on. This could get bad. Oh, never mind, it's not gonna get bad. There, no more AoE stress. Funnies, come on, is that the best you can do? Oh, okay, your best is scarier than I thought it would be. Don't do that, please. Don't murder me. You're dying soon. That's good. I don't mind. You're dying.
Be wary. triumphant
Okay, that's
cry
something.
precipitates
So,
a dizzying fall.
I'll throw this away. I'll pick this up, even if I'm not here for loot. I don't want shovels, I guess, so... I'll throw away anti-venom.
Ornaments.
Okay.
Neatly ordered.
Interesting.
Lovingly admired.
I'm at camp now.
A moment of respite.
Sure.
A chance to
What do
steel
I do?
oneself against the coming
I
horrors.
am gonna prevent ambush. I am gonna use Eldritch Blood. 60% disease resist. 85% disease resist. It's all because of Miasmal Orchard, I think. The Color of Madness District. I'm gonna pop Holy Water. That's already 95%. That's good. Anything I do? Anything else I do for shits and giggles? Get some buffs on you. Yeah. Yeah.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
So that was something.
We will find
Oh yes,
manner of
even with
and terrible
insanely
things
high,
in
like
this watery
disease resist,
tomb.
like not insanely high, but quite high disease resist, you can still get diseases. That's how RNG works. So let's talk more about Abomination. Like,
The degeneracy
Abomination
of
is a
the
solid
habits
hero.
Nothing, I fear.
For the early
When
game,
compared to the condition of
he comes with all 7
surrounding acres.
skills, so you can use him however you want. Like, just get Padlock of Transferance and he's stunning and blighting okay. If you get Broken Key, suddenly he is a hero with super high accuracy, super high stun chance, just stunning enemies left and right. His beast form has tons of value with just, you just transform and nuke something to kill it right away. So, a really good hero, just that he kind of competes for roster slots with Occultist, and Occultist is a bit more versatile if you ask me. That's something. But like some of my friends, they decide to run less Occultists to just run Abomination. So if I run like 3 Occultists per roster, some of my friends run like 2 Occultists and 1 Abomination. So that's a viable choice. It's not insane. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Like, if you like the content, if you want to see more hero video guides like this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Even if you don't like this content, if you support world peace, if you like happy children, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more video guides and what else? Be back with more video guides and more challenge runs. I have stuff planned up like no stress healing or no gold with gambling. See you next time. Bye bye.